We all have that little voice inside our heads. You know the one. It's the voice that often goes unnoticed, but has a significant impact on our daily lives. It whispers doubts, amplifies insecurities, and makes us question our worth. This voice can be relentless, always finding new ways to undermine our confidence. It loves to remind us of past mistakes, making us relive moments we'd rather forget. This constant barrage of negativity can be exhausting and overwhelming. This, my friends, is your inner critic. It's that nagging voice that never seems to go away, always lurking in the background, ready to pounce at any moment. It's that persistent voice of negativity that can sabotage your happiness and make you doubt your abilities. It can turn even the smallest setback into a monumental failure in your mind. It holds you back from reaching your full potential by planting seeds of doubt and fear. It makes you second-guess your decisions and question your worth. Think of your inner critic like that friend who always points out your flaws. They might think they're helping, but their constant negativity can be draining and disheartening. They might have good intentions, but their constant negativity can be draining and disheartening. Over time, this can erode your self-esteem and make you feel unworthy. Just like you wouldn't tolerate that from a friend, you shouldn't accept it from yourself. You deserve to treat yourself with kindness and compassion. Negative self-talk can stem from various sources, such as childhood experiences, societal pressures, or past traumas. These influences shape the way we see ourselves and the world around us. It's important to remember that these thoughts are not necessarily true reflections of who you are. They are often distorted and exaggerated, not based on reality. They are simply learned patterns of thinking that can be unlearned and replaced with more positive and empowering beliefs. This process takes time and effort, but it is possible. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the observer of your thoughts. You have the power to change the narrative in your mind. You are the observer of your thoughts. By becoming aware of your inner critic, you can start to challenge and reframe those negative thoughts. And just like you have the power to choose what you eat or what you wear, you have the power to choose which thoughts you entertain and which ones you challenge. This is a crucial step in building a healthier, more positive mindset. You have the power to choose which thoughts you entertain and which ones you challenge. Embrace this power and take control of your inner dialogue. Your journey to self-compassion and empowerment begins with recognizing and silencing your inner critic. Negative self-talk can manifest in countless ways, often disguised as seemingly harmless thoughts. These thoughts can sneak into our minds and influence our emotions and behaviors without us even realizing it. They can be subtle yet powerful, shaping our perceptions and actions in ways that can be detrimental to our well-being. It's essential to learn to recognize these patterns because awareness is the first step towards change. By identifying these negative thought patterns, we can begin to understand how they affect us and take steps to counteract them, so you can start to challenge them. Challenging these thoughts involves questioning their validity and replacing them with more balanced and constructive thoughts. This process can lead to a more positive and realistic outlook on life. Here are some common examples. These examples illustrate how negative self-talk can manifest in different situations and how it can impact our self-esteem and confidence. Catastrophizing. Imagining the worst-case scenario in any situation. This type of thinking can lead to unnecessary anxiety and stress, as we often blow things out of proportion. For example, I'm going to completely mess up this presentation. This thought can create a self-fulfilling prophecy, where our fear of failure actually contributes to our performance anxiety, and everyone will think I'm incompetent. This fear of judgment can prevent us from taking risks and trying new things, limiting our personal and professional growth. All or nothing thinking. Seeing things in black and white with no middle ground. This type of thinking can make us feel like we are either a complete success or a total failure, with no room for mistakes or learning. For instance, if I don't get this job, I am a complete failure. This thought ignores all the other qualities and achievements we have, focusing only on one perceived shortcoming. Mind reading. Assuming you know what others are thinking, often negatively, this can lead to misunderstandings and unnecessary worry, as we often misinterpret others' thoughts and intentions. For example, they probably think I'm not smart enough to be here. This thought can undermine our confidence and make us feel like we don't belong, even when there is no evidence to support it. Labeling. Assigning negative labels to yourself based on past mistakes or perceived shortcomings. This can create a fixed mindset, where we believe we are defined by our failures rather than our potential for growth. For instance, I'm such a loser. This label can become a self-fulfilling prophecy, where we start to believe and act according to this negative identity. I can't believe I did that again. This thought can prevent us from learning from our mistakes and moving forward, keeping us stuck in a cycle of self-blame and regret. These are just a few examples of the many ways negative self-talk can creep into your thoughts. Recognizing these patterns is the first step towards changing them. By becoming aware of these patterns, you can start to take control of your thoughts and emotions. This awareness allows you to challenge and reframe negative thoughts, leading to a more positive and empowering mindset. You can start to identify them in your own life. This process involves paying attention to your inner dialogue and questioning the validity of your negative thoughts, and begin the process of challenging and reframing them. With practice, you can develop a more balanced and compassionate way of thinking, leading to greater emotional resilience and well-being. The first step to silencing your inner critic is to become aware of when it's speaking. This inner critic often disguises itself as a reasonable voice, making it harder to recognize. It might sound like a concerned friend or a cautious advisor, but its impact is far from helpful. This involves paying attention to your thoughts and feelings throughout the day. Start by noticing the patterns in your thinking. Are there specific times or situations when self-doubt tends to creep in? Perhaps it's during work meetings, social gatherings, or when you're trying something new. Notice when you experience negative emotions like self-doubt, anxiety, or fear. These emotions are often signals that your inner critic is at work. Pay attention to the physical sensations in your body as well. Do you feel a knot in your stomach, a tightness in your chest, or a lump in your throat? What thoughts are running through your mind in those moments? Are they thoughts of inadequacy, fear of failure, or worry about others' opinions? Identifying these thoughts is crucial because it allows you to challenge and reframe them. One effective way to track your negative self-talk is through journaling. Writing down your thoughts can help you see patterns and triggers more clearly. It creates a space for you to reflect and understand the nature of your inner critic. Set aside a few minutes each day to write down any negative or critical thoughts you notice. This practice doesn't have to be time-consuming. Even a few sentences can make a big difference in increasing your awareness. Don't judge yourself for having these thoughts. Simply observe them and write them down. Remember, the goal is not to eliminate these thoughts, but to become aware of them. Awareness is the first step towards change. Another helpful technique is mindfulness meditation. This practice can help you develop a non-judgmental awareness of your thoughts and feelings. This practice involves focusing your attention on the present moment without judgment. It can be as simple as paying attention to your breath, the sensations in your body, or the sounds around you. By practicing mindfulness, you can become more aware of your thoughts as they arise without getting swept away by them. This awareness gives you the power to choose how to respond to your inner critic rather than reacting automatically. Remember, awareness is key. The more you pay attention to your thoughts and feelings, the better equipped you'll be to identify and challenge negative self-talk when it arises. Over time, this practice can help you build a more compassionate and supportive inner dialogue. Once you've identified your negative thought patterns, it's time to start challenging them. One effective technique is called cognitive restructuring. This involves identifying the negative thought, examining the evidence for and against it, and then reframing it in a more balanced and realistic way. For example, let's say you're about to give a presentation and you catch yourself thinking, I'm going to completely mess this up. Instead of accepting this thought as truth, challenge it. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have to support this thought? Have I succeeded in similar situations before? What's the worst that could realistically happen? What's a more balanced and realistic way to think about this situation? By questioning your negative thoughts and looking for evidence to the contrary, you can start to dismantle the limiting beliefs that are holding you back. Section 5. The power of positivity. Affirmations for a healthier mindset. While challenging negative thoughts is crucial, it's equally important to cultivate positive self-talk. This is where affirmations come in. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself either out loud or silently to challenge negative thoughts and reinforce positive beliefs. The key to using affirmations effectively is to choose statements that resonate with you and to repeat them regularly. Here are a few examples of positive affirmations you can use. I am capable and worthy of achieving my goals. I am strong, resilient, and capable of overcoming challenges. I am deserving of love, happiness, and success. It might feel strange or even silly at first, but don't underestimate the power of positive affirmations. By consistently feeding your mind with positive messages, you can start to shift your mindset and create a more optimistic outlook on life. Section 6. Embracing imperfection. Cultivating self-compassion. Often, our inner critic is fueled by unrealistic expectations and a fear of failure. We strive for perfection, and when we inevitably fall short, we beat ourselves up. This is why cultivating self-compassion is crucial for silencing your inner critic. Self-compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and forgiveness that you would offer a close friend. It involves recognizing that everyone makes mistakes, that setbacks are a part of life, and that you are worthy of love and acceptance, even when you're not perfect. Instead of berating yourself for your mistakes, practice self-compassion by acknowledging your feelings without judgment, reminding yourself that everyone makes mistakes, and offering yourself words of kindness and support. Remember, you're not defined by your mistakes or your shortcomings. You are a work in progress, and it's okay to be imperfect. Section 7. From Critic to Coach. Transforming your inner dialogue. Imagine for a moment that your inner critic is not your enemy, but a well-intentioned but misguided coach. Their heart is in the right place. They want you to succeed, but their methods are counterproductive. Your goal is not to silence your inner critic completely, but to transform it from a harsh critic into a supportive coach. This involves reframing its negative messages into constructive feedback. For example, instead of saying, "You're going to fail," your inner coach could say, "Remember to practice your presentation so you feel confident and prepared." Instead of saying, "You're not good enough," your inner coach could say, "What are some things you can do to improve your skills and knowledge?" By shifting your inner dialogue from negative to positive, you can harness the power of your thoughts to support your growth and well-being. Section 8. You've got this. Practical tips for silencing the critic. Now that you have a deeper understanding of negative self-talk and how to challenge it, here are some practical tips to implement in your daily life. Practice gratitude. Take time each day to appreciate the good things in your life. This can help shift your focus from negativity to positivity. Surround yourself with positivity. Spend time with people who uplift and inspire you, and limit your exposure to negativity. Celebrate your successes. Acknowledge and celebrate your accomplishments, no matter how small they may seem. Challenge yourself. Step outside of your comfort zone and try new things. This can help boost your confidence and resilience. Remember, silencing your inner critic is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. Be patient with yourself, practice self-compassion, and celebrate your progress along the way. Section 9. Your journey to self-love. Continuing the conversation. Silencing your inner critic is not about achieving perfection or becoming blindly optimistic. It's about cultivating a more compassionate and supportive relationship with yourself. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of love and acceptance just as you are. This is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when your inner critic is louder than usual, and that's okay. The important thing is to keep practicing these techniques, to keep challenging your negative thoughts, and to keep choosing self-compassion over self-criticism. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. There are countless resources available to support you, including books, podcasts, therapists, and support groups. Don't hesitate to reach out for help if you need it. Now go out there and start silencing that inner critic. You've got this.